ask Casey, why does Zenaida Gonzales want our baby?
Casey's explanation, again, I'm sorry if it takes me a minute.
Oh, no.
Casey's explanation on why Caylee would have been taken was to the extent of that Zenaida didn't think that Caylee should have been with Casey for whatever reason, and that she was taking Caylee from her for a period of time to teach her a lesson. I do remember that for sure. That's was.
And you had to be just angry when you heard that.
Again, more angry that these aren't things that are being shared from.
We should shut those doors, don't you?
Things that aren't being shared fully with whomever, so they can be followed up on. I mean, even at that point, if it had been a month, if this was in August, and again, I'm sorry if I'm wrong on the date, but when she's out, you know, I've been trying to do everything that I can from July 15th to that point also. So it was also kind of like I could have used all this information a month ago. So,
of course. So you were frustrated.
Right.
Now, what kind of lesson do you think when she says she's trying to teach me a lesson? Did you say,
speculate,
Casey? What lesson did you? And again, you can speculate, and your lawyer will instruct you. You know, can object. But when you speculated then at that time, what did you think the lesson was?
Again, I'm going to object.
Yeah.
It calls for speculation, but if you know.
Yeah.
Here's maybe an easy way to make some of your questions. Since all this happened, I have been focused on an end result. Don't care who, what, how, whatever. All I need to know is the nuts and bolts of where she is and how I can find her and bring her home, Caylee. So,
do you believe as well? Go ahead. I'm gonna.
No, go ahead. I lost my train of thought. Go ahead.
What did did Casey ever tell you? I mean, you speculated about what you thought that this meant. Did Casey ever tell you what she thought the lesson was that was trying to be taught to her?
No, not that I can recall. No.
Okay. So you had this conversation. You've talked about for the first time Zenaida Gonzales without cameras rolling or tapes and being recorded, and you're hearing about it. Did you at that time think to yourself, there may not be a Zenaida Gonzales?
No.
I mean, there wasn't a doubt in your mind or any doubt?
With everything that my sister was telling me, I was following it to the letter. So as an investigator would do, you need to listen, take everything in, and yes, I believe what she was telling me was accurate.
But the question is, there wasn't a doubt in your mind that this just doesn't seem to be adding up?
No.
Now, one of the things that I think that everybody that's been watching this case from afar.
Which case are you talking about?
The investigation of the disappearance of your niece is. I think we all have look at you and have commend you for everything that you've done and before and after. And one of the things I want to find out about is before this conversation. That when she came home from jail, what all were you doing? And you mentioned that you were conducting your own investigation.
Absolutely. I was working hand in hand with law enforcement, the FBI, private investigators. I mean, I was not working. My entire day and night was dedicated to, running down anything and talking to anybody that I could talk to. That's what I was doing.
Did you take a leave of absence from your job? That's a yes.
Yes.
Sorry. So you were working around the clock. Did you actually ever go out and search into the woods, or?
There's no reason to search in the woods. Caylee was alive, so we're looking for her alive.
Yeah. You never, in your investigation, you never thought there could be a chance that she was not alive?
No. Never had any indication of that whatsoever.
Because you believe she was with Zenaida?
Or with somebody, and I was going to find her.
Prior to her coming home, can you tell me some of the people that you talked to by name when you were conducting this investigation?
Wow. Tons. I have probably hundreds of friends. My sister has hundreds of friends. I would have talked to anybody and everybody that I could get a hold of. Yeah. Have you seen my sister lately? What was her demeanor? Have you talked to her? Have you seen Caylee lately? Have you ever heard this name? I mean,
well, let's talk. Let's talk about this for a minute. And do it in sequence of time so it's fair to you. When was the first date that you suspected that Caylee was missing?
Not until July 15th, when my sister said, I haven't seen Caylee in 31 days. And I take it back. That was the first night that I heard Zenaida Fernandez Gonzales, because I remember writing it down on the.
But the question is, The question is,
to the cops.
According to Casey, what date did she last see?
At the time, she said Casey never gave a date to me. She always said 31 days, specifically 31 days. My mother said June 9th. She was wrong. It was actually June 15th. My sister ended up saying June 9th because she heard my mom say it probably 50 times that night. So that's why it just ran together. But even on a calendar, you can go back and count 31 days, and it was the 15th of June.
Your mom at one time said the last time that anyone saw Caylee was June 9th?
Yeah, she was mistaken on that for a good week or two. She was wrong.
Why do you think she was wrong? How did she make that mistake?
She screwed up her calendar or something. She had taken time off of work around that time. Her birthday. She took time off of work around that time. They went and visited my grandfather, and she just got her weekends. She just missed it. She got the weekends wrong. So.
All right, let me just do some logistics. Where was Caylee and Casey living in May of 2008?
Home with my folks.
Okay. How long had they lived there, home with your folks?
Casey has never lived anywhere other than our residence. Same thing with Caylee.
Okay. So Caylee was born, and she came home to that house on Hope Spring.
Yes.
And she and Casey resided there until
until June.
Do you know who the father of Caylee?
I do not know with 100%.
Certify. You don't have to answer that question.
Okay. And the basis?
Basis is it's irrelevant to the defamation suit.
Well, the relevance would be, could that person have had something to do with the disappearance?
Again, if you want to go before the judge, you can go before the judge, but I'm certifying the question because, again, I don't think it has any relevance.
You're instructed not to answer.
That's correct.